Greetings to all of those of you here at Trade Technical College. I think we're in the right place, are we not? We believe in community colleges because we know that community colleges play a critical role in the life of our communities. His current capacity, he's fought for community colleges, and the only thing he's trying to do now is to move to another level so he can fight harder and more effectively for all of those who want to use these critical institutions to make a big difference. And so we're here to celebrate that fact and to say more to you about that. But before we go on, let me just simply turn the mic over to your own student body president, who will make welcoming remarks. And we thank you for being here, the one and only Ethan Burrell.
I want to ensure other students have the same opportunities I've had, and I know Phil Angelides will do everything he can to support students like me and give more Californians more opportunities. I look forward to seeing you, Phil Angelides, as our governor for our beautiful state. Thank you very much.
We have an honored guest with us today. He is the former governor of the great state of Virginia. He is none other than Mark Warner, someone who we will be paying close attention to well into the future. Why? Because he's demonstrated what leadership is about in his own home state. And he's here to deliver a very special message about our own Phil Angelides. Please welcome the Honorable Mark Warner.
Thank you. Well, I am here. I've come across the country because, you know, the whole country's watching this race. They are watching California. California has always been the place, and it's hard for me to acknowledge this as a Virginian, but California has always been the place where the rest of the country looks to for leadership. Now, I remember a decade or so ago, people would say, you know, California's got the best public higher education system in the country. Well, now I might say Virginia has the best public higher education system in the country. And you've got a decision to make come 62 odd days from now, whether you're going to continue with the current administration's approach, the approach that kind of walks in lockstep with President Bush, or whether you're going to have someone that not only talks about his commitment to education, but is willing to invest. That's easy to talk about, but you got to follow it up with resources. And I've looked over Phil's plan in terms of what his commitment to education is, how he's going to, first of all, try to get Sacramento's budget fixed a little bit so you can make the investment. But without getting your finances fixed, without recognizing that we've got to make sure that everybody in this great state of California gets that opportunity for a fair shot, without making sure that everybody's got the ability to invest in education, and he will, as governor, will make that happen, then the choice is more of the same, more of the Bush-Schwarzenegger approach, or somebody that's going to really take California forward. So I am proud to be here as a former governor, someone who was known a little bit as an education governor back in my state, to be here to support Phil Angelides, to lend my name and effort. And you're going to see people from all across the country continue to focus on this race over the coming 2 months. But at the end of the day, it's going to be your choice and your decision. And I hope you will elect this good man as your next governor. Thank you. Thank you. I was going to go ahead and give, let me give the formal introduction. Your next great governor, Phil Angelides.
Hold that sign up there for a minute. I agree with you. Unlike Governor Schwarzenegger, I do not believe your tuition is too low, just to put that on the table. Mark's right. The nation and the world look to California for inspiration. This is a place people look to for leadership. This is a place where we can strike a blow in the next 60 days for the values that built the wealth and strength of our society. Giving a hand up to people, giving them more chances, not fewer. Giving a chance for every young person to get the education they need and deserve to compete in the global economy of the 21st century. This is the clearest choice election in a generation. Between the policies of George Bush and Arnold Schwarzenegger, where you take the low road, tax breaks for the wealthy, big corporations, you rob investments in education, and the other choice, the choice that we want to make, which is to take the high road to prosperity, to give more chances to our people, not fewer, to make sure we have the best education for the next generation of Californians, to make sure that we sacrifice and invest so California can continue to be prosperous. You know, I often talk about how I want to emulate Bill Clinton when he was President of the United States. What he did was he ended decades of deficits at the federal level. He balanced the budget. He did it fairly. And he did it so we could quit talking about the debts of the past and start talking about how we invest in the future again. And Bill Clinton put this nation on the road to prosperity. Balanced budgets, help for the middle class, less expensive college loans, increased Pell Grants so more young people could go to college, investments that built our wealth and strength. Well, what Mark Warner did in Virginia is also a model. He became governor of that state. And by the way, they have a constitution there that only allows governors to serve one term. That's not such a bad idea in California today. But he did remarkable things. He inherited a $6 billion budget deficit in a state that's about the fifth the size of California. He balanced the budget. And you know what he did? He balanced the budget in a way that gave tax relief to middle-class families. He made the tax code more progressive. And he made the biggest investments ever in K-12 schools and in the University of Virginia and higher educational system. He balanced the budget. He helped middle-class families. He invested in education. And you know what? I want to take the Clinton-Warner model and bring it to California and throw the Bush-Schwarzenegger model out of this state.
There's a lot of similarities, it seems, between the Schwarzenegger fiscal plans and the Bush fiscal plans. Short-term gain, but over the long haul, you look at debts and deficits. And at the end of the day, who's going to pay those debts and deficits? Guess what? Guess what? They're spending your future. And you've got to have leaders who are willing to tell the truth, lay out the choices, work with everyone, Democrat, Republican, Independent, to make sure you put your state's interest first. And that's what Phil will do.
No matter who's governor next year, Governor Schwarzenegger and me, and it's going to be me just as a point of reference, I will face a $4.5 billion budget deficit. And if Governor Schwarzenegger somehow found himself there, he has no plan to close that deficit, which means he's going to cut schools again, he's going to raise tuition and fees, he's going to cut health care for kids, because he's already made it clear he's not going to ask one corporation to pay a dime more. He's not going to ask people like Mark Warner and me, who have done well, lucky, we worked hard, but we did well in business. He's not going to ask us to chip in one dime.
It comes down to a choice. You've got the Schwarzenegger-Bush approach, which has dug California and our country way down, deep in debt. Or you've got the approach that President Clinton has had, that we've tried to lay out in Virginia, and that Phil Angelides has laid out for you in California. My hope is, and the rest of the country is going to be watching, mind my words, the whole rest of the country is going to be watching what happens here in California. So my hope and prayer would be that you'll not only be here and cheer and clap for Phil today, but you got to make sure you get out and let your friends and your family and folks you work with and worship with know how important this election is. Thank you very much.
I'd like to close by saying not more than 2 months ago, Schwarzenegger was here at this college, and he did not give us students the opportunity to have this type of forum with him. I would like to personally, as a student, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all very much for being here. This is terrific. Thank you. Great. This is fun.
Governor Ethan.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
This is great, guys. It was so great coming to